你好 Day 1 Learning Chinese 大家好 Day 2 Learning Chinese 大家好 Day 3 Learning Chinese 我叫阮凯登，我刚刚开始学习汉语，我会天天练习汉语定律的口语。每当跑步的时候、刷牙的时候，甚至连睡觉的时候，我会努力把这个变成我日常习惯。如果你想像我一样的来美国的歌吧。If you're an introvert hearing that commercial, I know what you're thinking. Bullshit. As an introvert, we spend the majority of time thinking about things that work out for us, rather than listening or communicating with others. Especially when it comes to learning a new language, it requires a lot of time and effort. There's nothing magical happen within just 3 days. I was born extroverted, as I spend a lot of time with my friends hanging out. But as time goes by, I felt myself much improved on my personal development, so I shifted from being an extrovert into being an introvert. And that helped me a lot in my thinking, in my action, and in my daily routine. Talking about learning a new language, I spent like most of my school time, 9 years in school, to study the English language, but it didn't work out for me. I guess most of you do. Until I was 18 years old, I was still an English language fool. You know what I mean? I couldn't talk, I couldn't listen to the people who speak the language. For the very first time in my life, I was out of the house, living on my own, having my problem solved on my own, dealing with things that I didn't have before, such as paying the bill, figuring out my own personal finances, balancing between work and study. And yeah, the most headache-ing question, how to learn a new language in no time. There are days I spend like 8-10 hours in the library. I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning, I worked out a little bit, and then I spent the rest of the day, a little bit break at noon, in the library to study the English language. And those are one of the most effective times in my life learning a new language, and also the time that I figure out how I can master a new language on my own. So here's a guideline for you guys if you're an introvert trying to learn a new language. Step number 1, know what you want. If you're learning a new language for no reason, or like for some kind of a general reason, just like for my job, for my future, but I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with the language. So enjoy it, learn it as a second language, learn it as a hobby, learn it as something that is fun, exciting for you. Don't put so much pressure on you, because everybody's doing it for you. Why do you do that for you? Step number 2, knowing that learning a new language requires a lot of skills. I mean, not just about the grammar or pronunciation. Learning a new language is when you learn to deal with problems in communication in that language. So like if someone is telling you that if you're good at grammar, or if you're good at pronunciation, you're gonna be good at the English language, they're wrong. If you can pronounce some words well, but you can't even understand what the person is speaking, the English language, while you're not learning. So for me, I spend most of the time reading and listening to the English language when I was in the library, as I told you already. It's not an overnight sensation. Yeah, I know, newspaper, social media, they have glamorized the lives of a few. People with millions of dollars, people with supercar, people with beautiful faces. They're being better than you overnight. But the thing is that the sleepless nights, the hard work, the hours of practicing, they don't tell you. So spend the majority of your time practice the language skills, which are listening, speaking, reading, writing. Knowing that there are 2 ways to input the language, by listening or reading. If you understand the language well, you can speak. At the beginner level, I suggest you forget all about the mistakes. Just for me now learning Chinese, I just listen, I just learn by myself, and I try to copy the same way the native speakers sound.
他是你弟弟吗？他不是我弟弟。他的名字是什么？他的名字是柳爱。他是你弟弟吗？不，他不是我弟弟。他是我姐姐的朋友。
Yeah, I don't care about mistakes. Even I made some of them, it's alright. Nobody's gonna judge me. If they do judge me, I would say thank you for telling me. I will take that as a lesson. Number 3, choose right material. I mean, if you're a beginner, of course, you gotta learn from somebody who can explain the language in the way that you can understand, in the way that you can comprehend. So for me, I'm learning Chinese. I watch some YouTube channels where they explain words in Chinese, sentences in Chinese. And as I told you, I don't need to move to China to live or study there. So like, I'm learning it as a hobby. I enjoy the song that I can listen to anytime I go running, anytime that I'm in a shower, anytime that I'm in a coffee alone, even there are a lot of people around me. You know, I'm an introvert. I don't need to talk to people. Being an introvert does not necessarily mean that you're alone or you're lonely. If you're an introvert, congratulations. Thank you for watching the video today. This is Alex D, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Is there any shortcut to the goal? Here. Look there. Got it. 6 rounds around the block. That's pretty enough for today. What's a better way to burn calories and lose weight under this burning weather? Running. And yeah, just finished the day by picking up Penny from school. Most refreshing moment of the day. Hello there. Happy today? I'm coming home. I will take a bath. Remember when was the last time that you learned something without knowing that you're learning and having fun? Look at the kid learning a second language unconsciously. What? Okay, you play for 5 minutes. Time to see my Brian. Brian. Hi there. How you doing? What you doing? How you doing? I miss you so much. What did you do that? Wait up for me, huh? You drink it? You drink it?